You are currently living in a cage that you cannot see, touching bars you cannot feel, obeying a master you have never met. You believe your choices are your own. You believe that if you work hard, love deeply, and tell the truth, the world will reward you. But look around you. Look closely. Who is actually winning? Is it the person who gives everything away freely? Is it the one who is transparent, predictable, and relentlessly kind? Or is it the one who holds back, the one who calculates, the one who seems to operate by a different set of rules entirely? 500 years ago, a man named Niccolo Machiavelli wrote down a truth so cold, so brutal, and so undeniable that history tried to ban his work. He didn't write about how the world should be. He wrote about how it is. He understood that human nature is not driven by morality. It is driven by power, fear, desire, and self-interest. If you ignore these forces, you become their victim. If you understand them, you become their architect. Most people move through life as player two in their own game. They react, they defend, they wait for permission. They are controlled by unseen laws of psychology that dictate who gets respect, who gets loved, and who gets left behind. Today, at the Quiet Folds, we are going to dismantle the illusion. We are going to walk through the 7 Machiavellian laws that are secretly controlling your life right now. These are not tips. These are the operating system of human hierarchy. By the end of this video, you will have a choice. Continue to be the pawn moved by invisible hands, or cut the strings and finally see the board. But a warning, once you see these laws, you cannot unsee them. Innocence, once lost, can never be recovered. Law 1. The economics of presence. The first law is the foundation of all value, and it is the one you violate every single day. Respect is not a product of generosity, it is a product of scarcity. You have been conditioned to believe that to be valued, you must be present, you must be available. You must answer the text immediately, pick up the extra shift, listen to the drama, and offer your energy the moment it is requested. You think this makes you reliable. You think this makes you good. It does not. It makes you cheap. Basic economics rules the human soul just as it rules the market. Water is essential for life, yet it is free because it flows from every tap. Diamonds are useless, yet they are worshipped because they are hidden, rare, and difficult to obtain. When you are always available, you become water. You are necessary, perhaps, but you are not respected. You are consumed. You are taken for granted. And when the tap runs dry, people don't feel gratitude for what they had. They feel anger that the service has stopped. Machiavelli understood that the prince who is seen too often becomes ordinary. The leader who is always accessible loses his aura. Observe the dynamics in your own life. Who is the person you obsess over? Is it the one who texts you back instantly with paragraphs of reassurance? Or is it the one who takes hours, whose validation feels earned, whose attention feels like a spotlight that could turn away at any moment? The human brain is wired to chase what retreats. It is the cat string theory of psychology. If you drop the string, the cat loses interest. If you pull the string away, the cat pounces. To master this law, you must learn the discipline of strategic absence. This is not about playing games. It is about understanding the weight of your own existence. Stop distributing yourself like free flyers on a street corner. Start rationing your presence like gold. Create a void. When you withdraw, you create a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. People will rush to fill that space with their attention and their desire. When you are silent, they wonder what you are thinking. In that wondering, they create a fantasy of you, and that fantasy is infinitely more powerful than the reality of you sitting on the couch, waiting to be used. Law 2, never be the hero, be the necessity. The second law explains why you are discarded. Most people try to be loved. They try to be the hero who saves the day. They give, they fix, they heal. And then once the person is saved, the hero is forgotten. Why? Because the hero is no longer needed. Machiavelli wrote, "A wise prince will seek a means by which his subjects will always, and in every possible condition of time, have need of his government." Translation: do not build relationships based on affection. Build them based on dependence. This sounds cold, but look at reality. The employee who is loved but replaceable is the first to be fired. The partner who is sweet but offers no security or direction is the first to be cheated on. Safety is not found in being liked. Safety is found in being essential. If you want to be untouchable, you must position yourself so that your removal causes pain. You must become the architect of the other person's stability. In your career, do not just do your job. Hoard a specific skill that only you possess. In relationships, be the only one who truly understands their darkest ambition or calms their specific anxiety. A person will leave someone they love for someone they need, but they will rarely leave someone they need for someone they simply love. Stop trying to convince people you are a good person. Good people are disposable. Convince them through your competence that you are the oxygen in the room. Once you establish dependence, you no longer have to beg for respect. It is given as a tribute to ensure you do not withdraw. Law 3, the fog of war. The third law is where most honest people destroy themselves. You have been taught that honesty is the best policy. You announce your plans to the world. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to leave him. And what happens? You fail. A declared intention is a weapon you have handed to your enemy. When you reveal your plans, you trigger a premature dopamine reward. Your brain feels like you've already won, so you lose the drive to actually do the work. Furthermore, you invite sabotage. The moment you articulate ambition, you hold a mirror to the mediocrity of those around you. They won't clap, they will plant doubt. Finally, predictability is death. If people know what you want, they know how to manipulate you. You must become a closed book. Machiavelli advised that a ruler must never let his court know whose side he is on until the victor is decided. Adopt the fog of war. When you are angry, wear a mask of calm. When you are about to make a major move, smile and talk about the weather. There is a terrifying power in the person who does not speak. When you are in a meeting and you do not reveal your position, people project their fears onto you. They reveal everything about themselves while you reveal nothing. Use decoy goals. By the time they realize your true intention, it should be too late to stop it. Do not be the dog that barks at the intruder. Be the viper in the grass, silent, still, and striking only when the distance is closed. Law 4, the law of emotional asymmetry. This law controls every relationship you have ever been in. It is the brutal truth of human connection. The person who cares the least controls the relationship. This is the principle of least interest. Think of a negotiation. One person is desperate to sell, the other is perfectly happy walking away. The one who can walk away always sets the price. You are likely suffering because you are the one investing more emotion and more worry. You are constantly checking the temperature of the bond. Are we okay? This anxiety is a stench. It smells like weakness and it repulses people. When you overinvest, you place the other person on a pedestal, and from that height, they can only look down on you. To regain control, you must master emotional asymmetry. This doesn't mean you stop loving. It means you cultivate the ability to detach. Find a center of gravity inside yourself that does not depend on anyone else. When they pull back, do not chase. Stand still. People are drawn to those who do not need them. We want the approval of the person who is hard to impress. If you make someone the center of your universe, they will leave to find a new one. But if you are your own self-sustaining universe, they will orbit you. You must be willing to lose the relationship in order to keep it. Law 5, the surgeon's knife. This is the law of conflict management. Machiavelli famously wrote, "Injuries ought to be done all at one time. Benefits ought to be given little by little." Most people do the opposite. When you have to deliver bad news or end a relationship, you hesitate. You soften the blow. You stay friends with an ex to avoid hurting them. You think you are being gentle, but you are being a torturer. You are cutting off the dog's tail 1 inch at a time. You are keeping the wound open, ensuring the pain lasts for years. The Machiavellian mindset requires you to think like a surgeon. If a limb is gangrenous, you do not massage it. You amputate. You do it with one clean, brutal strike. It is shocking, but it is final. And because it is final, the healing can begin. Identify the rot in your life. Do not negotiate with it. Strike once, strike hard, and never look back. People respect a clean executioner. They despise a clumsy one. The person who breaks up with you clearly and cuts contact offers you the dignity of closure. Do not be the jailer of false hope. Be the executioner. It is the only form of mercy that matters in the game of power. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. You have been raised with a lie. Don't judge a book by its cover. The reality is that the cover is the only thing most people ever see. We judge competence by confidence and authority by posture. If you believe virtue is its own reward, you will die in the dark. The world does not reward the best man. It rewards the most visible man. At the Quiet Folds, we understand that power is a performance art. You must control the optical illusion of your life. This doesn't mean you lie, it means you curate. Your appearance, your tone, and your setting are the language of the unconscious mind. The quiet worker disappears into the background, and what is unseen counts for nothing. You must stand out by being different than the noise. If everyone is shouting, your spectacle is silence. If everyone is panicking, your spectacle is absolute, terrifying calm. Powerful people do not rush. They move as if time belongs to them. When you speak, do not apologize for your existence. Create an image of mystery. Do not post your every meal or breakdown on social media. That is banality. Curate your brand so people see only strength and success. Your inner self is for you. Your outer self is a weapon for the world. Sharpen it. Law 7. Master the art of timing. The final law binds them all together, the mastery of time. The amateur is always in a hurry. Hurry creates a lack of dignity and betrays a lack of control. Machiavelli spoke of fortuna, luck, as a violent river. You cannot control the river, but you can control when you put your boat in the water. Patience is a weapon. Most of your mistakes came from impatience, sending the angry text too soon, or taking the first job offer out of fear. You are fighting against time, so you are losing. To become Machiavellian is to step outside the ticking clock. When someone insults you, let the silence stretch until it becomes uncomfortable. By waiting, you signal that you are not a slave to their provocation. In negotiation, the one who can wait the longest wins. This requires a cold suppression of your anxiety. Observe the lion. It does not chase every gazelle. It waits for the one moment where the wind is right. Stop trying to force the harvest. Analyze the cycles. There are times to be aggressive and times to sharpen your blade. If you attack when you should retreat, you will be destroyed. Control time, and you control the outcome. The architecture of sovereignty. You have seen the laws: scarcity, dependence, concealment, asymmetry, cruelty, spectacle, and timing. These laws contradict everything society tells you about being a good citizen. But ask yourself, who taught you those rules? Was it the people who wanted you to be powerful, or the people who wanted you to be compliant? Society needs sheep. It needs predictable, honest, and blindly loyal workers. It trains you to be a sheep because sheep are easy to shear. But you feel something different, don't you? You are tired of being sheared. To apply these laws is to step out of the herd. You will be called cold. You will be called calculating. Wear those titles like armor. The world is divided into those who play the game and those who are played. There is no third option. You cannot opt out of gravity and you cannot opt out of power dynamics. When you start applying these laws, people will respect you more but understand you less. You will see the strings on everyone else and realize how blindly they dance. It is a lonely path, but it is the only path to sovereignty. You are no longer a child waiting for fairness. You are an architect building a fortress. But knowing the laws is not enough. Information without execution is just mental masturbation. The real test is in that split second when your phone buzzes and you want to pick it up, but you don't. It's in the moment you want to brag, but you keep your mouth shut. That is where the war is won. Most will watch this and return to the comfort of their cage. Are you most people? Because what I've shared today at the Quiet Folds is just the surface. There are darker techniques of psychological shadow work that cannot be shared on this platform. The algorithm suppresses the most powerful truths. If you are not like the others, subscribe. But if you want what is hidden, click the join button and step into the architect level. You will unlock exclusive, uncensored insights into the deepest parts of the human psyche. Most won't. That's the point.